BMW M6 cold start.
Look at this. That's 100. Boom. And the way it shifts gears, you know, the way it just picks up speed, it's very easy to drive fast. It's very drama-free. It's just fantastic. How's it going, everyone? My name is Adam Ferragalli, and welcome back to Driven Nashville. If you're new to the channel, we produce weekly enthusiast-driven car content, and today we're going to be talking about a very special, in my personal opinion, one of my all-time favorite cars, a 2014 BMW M6 Gran Coupe. Now, this car is one of the better specs I think you can find on this vehicle. This car looks fantastic in white, and we're going to go through the entire car today. I'm going to show you the specific spec of this car. It's a $131,000 MSRP vehicle. It's got the carbon ceramic brakes, got a number of upgrades, got Silverstone interior, great condition, runs fantastic, brakes are super strong. I think you're really going to enjoy this review if you're interested in the car. The link will be in the description. Go ahead and head over to Direct Auto of Tennessee if you're interested in purchasing the vehicle. It is currently for sale for $52,900. And we hope that you guys enjoy the content. Let's get into it. All right, first off, it'd be a complete injustice not to mention how sexy and beautiful the lines on this car. They stopped producing the F12, which is what this model is, for the new 8 Series, and personally I don't like the look of the new 8 Series nearly as much as the look of this car. It's just got that low, wide, it's got beautiful detailing with the carbon fiber roof here. The entire roof is carbon fiber, which saves 49 pounds. I love the way the coupe shape is. It's just sexy. I mean, really, I think this is one of the nicest vehicles personally ever designed. I just love it. It doesn't really, for my eyes, have a bad angle. You know, in the rear here, you have these really cool quad exhausts followed by a carbon fiber diffuser. It's just absolutely sinister looking. It's got these really flared out haunches, these massive wheels. I mean, it's just a great looking car, and to be honest with you, I don't like the new BMW kidney grills. I don't like how the M3 has these massive kidney grills going all the way down here. To me, it just looks ugly, and it just, you know, the rest of the car looks fine, but from the front, in my personal, humble opinion, this is a better looking car. I need to say that right off the bat. Now, one of the reasons why I like this particular car is because it has the carbon ceramic brakes. These were a $9,200 upgrade. These save about 49 pounds of unsprung weight, and they're actually slightly larger than the steel brakes. Now, the steel brakes are blue, and these obviously are gold. Now, the main reason why you're going to buy a BMW M6 Gran Coupe, or really an M6 in general, or an M5 for that matter, or even a 7 Series, is the S63 motor here. This thing is unbelievable. It is so good. It's 4.4 liters, so it's a V8. You can see here when you pop this off, which it is pretty easy to get off, the turbochargers are right here, okay? So you have one here and one here. They spool up very, very fast, and you have almost immediate torque from essentially about 1,500 RPMs all the way to about 5,000. And peak horsepower comes on right around 5,600 RPMs and then runs all the way into the low to mid 7s. So a very, very fast engine. As you can see here, somebody took really, really good care of the car. This is a clean Carfax car. It's got great service records. Overall, it's just a sexy, beautiful design. The only thing to be mindful of with this particular engine is there is a fan that will kick on every time you turn the car off to essentially cool the turbochargers because they're in the middle of the V8, right? So they do build up a lot of heat. All right, coming on to the interior of this car, you know, BMW absolutely nailed it. It is such a high quality place to be. I'm telling you guys, this has the upgraded premium interior, which is a $5,500 upgrade, I believe. You have nice leather here. You have a different color here. This is all leather. You have the B&O sound system in this particular car, which is another very expensive upgrade. You have the illuminated door sills here where they light up at night. They light up, all of this lights up. The M and the 6 lights up. It's absolutely fantastic. It has the best seats in the business. These are very comparable to the Porsche 18-way adjustable buckets. So you have the ability to adjust this back and forth, which takes the pressure off your lower back and your, kind of your leg area. You have the ability to adjust the bolstering. You have the ability to adjust how this feels. You have lower back lumbar support. You can adjust the headrest. I mean, it's just unbelievable how many ways you can adjust these seats. They're literally, I would say, one of the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in. And there's just so many nice details. This is called Silverstone. This is the Silverstone color. You have perforated leather. You have a nice stitch line. You have beautiful stitching here in the M6 steering wheel, as you can see right there. It's just fantastic. You know, you have a two-tone kind of leather and suede roof, which is just sexy. You know, the wood feels high quality in here. It's just a really, really nice place to be. You have this nice aluminum trim here. You know, the toggle wheel. I like the feeling of the shifter. To me, this is the best looking exterior and interior design BMW ever had. Honestly, I like it better than their current interiors on a couple of the cars that I've seen. You know, you have the ability to do your M1 and M2 right here. I'll turn the car on temporarily. So when you're basically doing M1, that allows you to kind of dial in your settings here. You go to vehicle status, or not vehicle status, you go over here to, let me go back one, and you go to settings, and then you can adjust your M1 and your M2 drive. So when you go to your M1, right now I have basically traction control on. I have it in Sport Plus, which gives me full beans. I have the suspension in Sport mode, which tightens it up. Steering in Sport mode, but not Sport Plus. Sport Plus is very, very heavy. Transmission is in S3, which means it shifts as fast as it can. And then you have your M view here on your front screen. Now you can adjust that differently for M2 if you want, right? You can see here, this one's completely dialed up. Basically, traction control off, everything on Sport Plus, let's go, okay? Now, what's cool about the steering wheel is you have the button M1 and M2 right here, plus your cruise control, your phone, and the ability to adjust your speaker settings. The Bang & Olufsen, these are pop-up tweeters here, plus you have the aluminum in all the doors, including the back. It's absolutely fantastic sound system. Sounds so good. I really like the old school analog gauges as well. This is something I think is going to age really well, better than the TFT displays and all the new modern cars. This is still the classic BMW design. You got your dual climate controls here. Check it out. You actually have a CD player. Again, one of the fun things about these old school cars. You do have a few things here. You have the ability to kind of have your cell phone charging, cigarette kit. You have excellent storage here. This is one of my favorite things about this car. It's got plenty of room, plus you have an additional 12 volt in here. You actually have a nice compartment here as well. It's beautiful, and it's always in the detail. It's the way that they do this. It's the Alcantara all the way through the interior, of the car, right? When you come over here, right, you have a nice stitch line here, and all the leather is all through the car. I mean, you just don't find too many manufacturers that do it as well as BMW did it with this car, and frankly, I still think this is one of the best interiors they've ever made, period. Now, since this is a review, I do want to kind of show you the rear of the car. Now, this is where they put the Gran Coupe right here, the Gran Coupe, whatever you want to pronounce it as, and you can see the roof here is really low, and it's not ideal for adults. Now, I've got my seat pretty darn far back, right? So I'm 6 feet tall, and I can actually sit back here. I mean, look at this. I can sit back here, and I'm 6 feet tall. Now, the one negative is my head doesn't necessarily hit the ceiling, right? Let's see if I get this to adjust. There we go. So I've got about a half an inch when I'm just kind of naturally slumped forward. If I try to sit up all the way, I am going to hit it. But here's the thing. I could quite easily take this on a trip. In the end of the day, it's definitely doable. This also does have the shields. This was an upgrade part of the executive package. So you can actually have all of this shielded to keep sun out, which is, again, it's just a nice feature. You just don't usually see that very often. And overall, it's a nice place. They say this is a 4-seating car. because basically the middle passenger here has to sit over this hump, right? So it's really 4+1, but you do get a cup holder here, which is nice, and you do have the ability to control your climate here, which is also a nice feature. But overall, I mean, look, I got room. If I have to take my friends out for a nice dinner, you know, in this car, it's absolutely doable. You know, if I wanted to be nice, I can move this up a little bit if he's over 6 feet tall, and then they're gonna have just plenty of space. All right, coming back here to the trunk, you can see here you have a very nice sized trunk back here. Very, very practical car. It's one of the things I like about it. You know, you get your performance, but you also get just a really nice, you know, usable, practical daily driver. Now, one of the things that's interesting about this car is when you open it, you actually push this in, and you can actually see down here is where your rear camera is right there. So this actually pops up automatically when you put it in reverse. It's kind of an interesting feature that I wanted to point out to you guys. That's not a damn good looking car. You know, you have the tinted windows here, so it's just sexy. It's such a beautiful car. Honestly, it's I almost regretted selling it. I think it was about a week after I sold it. I'm like, man, I almost rather drive this than the F-150 Raptor. So if you guys have any questions about it, these do have the angel headlights as well. So when you turn the car on, these do light up. They give it a pretty sinister look. But overall, it's a beautiful car, and I really would like to show you how this car performs now. So let's take it for a nice drive. All right, we are driving the 2014 BMW M6 Gran Coupe. Now, one thing about this car is a dual clutch. So when you are in traffic, it's a little temperamental because when you take your foot off the gas, it doesn't initially initiate into a roll, right? There's no creeping. So you have to kind of adjust your throttle response. And when you're around city traffic, the shifts between first and second and third, especially if you're really babying the gas, can be a little clunky. Porsche is very similar to that. Now, once you're, you know, the way to fix that, guys, is you just drive the car a little more intentional, or you try to avoid bumper-to-bumper traffic, because otherwise it's fantastic. It's as good as Porsche's PDK or close to it, I'm telling you. It's fantastic. I'm buttling along. It's 7th gear here. You know, if I want to shift, look at that. It shifts immediate. All right, guys, so I just put it in M Sport right now. I'm on some of my favorite back roads. It's a beautiful fall day here. It's a little chilly, but you should get a pretty good idea of how this car performs. And let me tell you, there are very few cars that are going to be able to keep up with an M6. It is unbelievable. You want to talk about the ultimate driving machine? This thing is BMW's best car, or one of them. I'm telling you, feel free to call me out in the comment section, but it is fantastic. Sounds incredible. You got a little bit of good, you know, exhaust note. You get a little bit of engine. It's just fantastic. You'd really almost never know the car's turbocharged. You get virtually no spooling. You know, you get no blow-off valve sound. And these brakes, God, the brakes are the best in the business. They're so good. You know, you could feel the car is heavy, but it's still so capable. Absolutely capable as anything out there. I mean, the way this car builds speed, even though it's just rear-wheel drive, it's so impressive. You know, you're going to find very few cars with such a dual personality, the ability to lug and butter along on the highway, and then at the same time you push a button and you have a damn near supercar, you know, as far as the performance and the feeling of it. It's just such a capable car, and if you can only afford to have one car in the stable, right, that you want to be able to enjoy on the weekends, but at the same time take it to work, name a better car than the M6 Gran Coupe. I'm all ears, okay? Honestly. There are, I mean, yeah, BMW M3 maybe, but really this is a level of luxury and performance and looks that I don't even think the M3 has. I mean, look, I'm just buttering along now. I had that truck in my way, and it feels great, you know? The suspension's not gushy, but it's not taut. You know, it's a perfect mix. It feels nice. And then now that I've got room, I come over here, I put it in the M1 mode. Now keep in mind, I've got M2 mode, but you know, I put it in manual mode here. You can see the suspension's kicking in, or the traction control. I mean, come on, you know, I'm doing 80 like it's nothing, right? And because to this car, it is nothing. I mean, this car with the M package will do 190 miles an hour, and it'll get there so damn fast. I swear to God, this car is making 600 horsepower. It feels as fast as, you know, so many cars that frankly say they have more horsepower. And the brakes, God, they will throw you through the windshield. That is a fact. You can see here, I'm sport shifting. I mean, I'm not running it all the way out. There's just no need. You know, it has so much low-end torque. I can start to feel the tires are warming up now. Ugh. Such a good car, guys. I hope this is coming across on camera. You know, I hope that you can hear it. You get a little bit of, like, you know, not quite a backfire, but when you do take your foot off, you know, you hear a little whoop kind of a sound. It sounds very masculine, and, you know, it's not ostentatious. It's very, very well done. You know, the car sounds good, but at the same time, it's never going to get you any bad looks from the neighbors. Ugh, so good. Just such a good car. I forgot how good this car was. You know, when I originally did my original review on my M6, which actually has quite a few views back in the day when you could actually post a YouTube video and people saw it. You know, it's just incredible. I never really got a chance to do a proper review on it, so I actually bought this car back just to do this video because I want to do this car justice. I just feel that this car is one of the great cars that BMW makes. In a lot of ways, it's more or less kind of forgotten, and I'm telling you, if you can afford it, get it. I mean, good God, so much performance. Unbelievably fast. Unbelievable. I mean, God damn, you can go from 70 to 100 faster than most cars. You know, you could come flying around turns faster than most cars. And this is a 4,500 pound sedan built on the 7 Series chassis. I mean, I just don't know how BMW pulled it off. You know, I don't know how they were able to make this car so good, you know, so capable, but at the same time, so effortless to drive, so comfortable, so, you know, luxurious. I mean, when you turn on that sound system, this car will eat up the miles. You know, the seats are so comfortable. It's just absolutely fantastic. I can't rave enough about the car, and I'm telling you, I'm trying to be objective here, but I can't. When it comes to the driving experience, you know, other than that dual clutch, you know, when you're just going slow around town, other than that, I'm telling you, this is one of the best cars they make, period. It's just such a good driving experience, and I do believe this is the ultimate driving machine. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. If you were looking to buy a 2014 M6 Gran Coupe, I hope this video helped you out. I absolutely love this car. I think it's classic look, classic engine, classic design. It's gonna age like a fine wine. It's a lot of car for the money. Yes, they've gone up about $10,000 because of COVID and inflation and whatnot, but I still think for 50,000 bucks, this is so much car for the money. Such a good looking car. You're never gonna get judged negatively. You can take it to the car shows. You can have a fantastic daily driver. It gets pretty decent fuel economy. You know, if you're babying this car, you can get around 20, 22 highway miles. But if you are gonna lay into that twin turbo V8, you're gonna eat some fuel. And yes, it does run on premium, so you're gonna be, you know, filling it up with expensive gas. But hey, you know, you pay for it. You want the performance, you want the compression ratios. That's what you gotta do. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. We've got about 3,500 subscribers right now. I just focus on the content, guys. I'm not great at social media. You know, I do some editing of the videos and I just put them out there. I try to tag them, whatever. So I really rely on you guys for feedback. If you want to share this with people that you think might enjoy the content. So thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a day and do some drone flyaways. And hey, thank you for your time. I'll talk to you guys later.